So good afternoon, y'all. Welcome to Research Podcast. Today I will be interviewing the CEO of Ever Ever Enterprise. I'm just waiting on him to join the lab. I would be interviewing the CEO of Elleve Enterprise. So I'm just waiting for him to join the lab right now. What
What's
up?
good, bro?
What up?
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Thanks for having me, man, for sure.
You're welcome.
So, what's good, though, man?
All right. Okay, hold on.
You all good?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna ask. Okay, I'm gonna ask the first question.
Hmm?
That's I'm gonna ask you the first question I got.
Okay.
Okay, has it how is it like growing up in Chicago?
Uh, I mean, it was really dope because I feel like I had a special way of growing up. I didn't even though I grew up in like a similar neighborhood than most low income families or whatever. I still was able to do things such as like go to private school, have like an experience that most people in the same position as me wouldn't have. So I think I had a great, I definitely love the city a lot. Even when I went to college, like I still had that Chicago in me. So I definitely love Chicago, man. It was great. It taught me a lot. It taught me how to hustle, all that type of stuff. So yeah, that was definitely.
Okay. Okay. I want you to introduce yourself to the people and tell them where you're from.
You said say that one more time. Where I'm from, man. What else?
I want you to introduce yourself to the people and tell them where you're from.
Well, so I'm JJ. I'm Jalen or JJ, whichever one. I'm from the South Side of Chicago, man. Uh, yeah, man. That's basically it. I'm
Hmm.
an entrepreneur. I rap. I make music. Yeah, college graduate.
Okay. What leads you to your career path now?
Um, Honestly, it's funny because I didn't want to start rapping until like 2020. So, one day, it was during lockdown in 2020. I had a couple friends that made music. One produced, one wrote music, and they just kept telling me, they was like, "Yo, man, look, I think you should just try it. Like, you love music so much, you might as well try it, try it." And of course, I was skeptical, but I finally just gave
Okay.
in, and it's like it became an addiction. Like, I literally write music all the time now. It's like something that I love. And then as I began to just keep writing music and get deeper into the music aspect of everything, I figured out that rap is a business. So who better to work for than yourself? So I decided to take on the business aspect of music as well, and working out as an independent artist, trying to get my break off.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you was still a kid, what do you hope to grow up to be?
You said if I was still a kid, what would I grow up to be?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I do some education wise. Like, I don't want to be a teacher, but I love working with kids, and I love, what I'm saying, really finding a way to get them to think differently, challenging them and things like that, as well as them challenging me. So
All
I
right.
probably become an educator or a mentor or something like that.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. What advice would you give to somebody who looking forward to joining what you doing now?
I would say keep a strong head on your shoulders. Don't allow nobody to tell you anything that's going to make you feel as if you can't do what you feel that you could do. Keep God first, man. Always pray and know that He got a plan for you. You know, a lot of people forget. You know, like we walking by faith, we got to walk by faith. So no matter what, you get what I'm saying. Like make sure you got God. You know, and God always in your corner. So make sure you always keep Him first. Yeah, and that's what I would say. You know what I'm saying? Just remain. You know, keep the ultimate confidence in yourself and yeah, remain faithful.
Okay. Okay, what's something people misunderstood you about?
I think when I tell people I want to rap, oftentimes they kind of get it. Uh, you know, it's kind of like a stereotypical thing when I
Oh,
say.
okay.
So it's like, so I think when I tell people I want to rap, they think I'm going, to be jumping around and just, girls shaking it, whatever, all this stuff happening. But really, I think I have a message to spread and that, it's really deeper than, I'm saying club music or whatever. Like, it's a message we should spread and, well, that it's a message that I want to spread. So it's like, just understanding that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I come from not the best environment and
Right.
I want people to be able to understand that you don't have to be a product of your environment to be successful or to, live a normal life. Like, nah, it's not normal to live in traumatic experiences, etc. So, yeah, just, you know what I'm saying? I think people, like I said, people get the rap thing caught up, but I'm trying to change that narrative, honestly, and change the meaning of what a hustler is or what it means to really get something out the mud, legally and what I'm saying LLC and stuff like that.
Right.
Most people don't get that.
Okay. What makes you feel inspired about yourself?
Mm. I would say my confidence. One thing about myself that I'm proud of is that when I'm in a situation and I feel high pressure, like it's a good feeling for me. Like I don't often crumble under pressure, and that's not me bragging, but it's just me understanding that like yeah, like what I'm saying, you gotta be able to pressure makes diamonds. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
if you be a diamond, if you want to shine, you're gonna have to be able to, what I'm saying, go through the pressure. So all types of pressure situations from, live shows I had, college situations, all that stuff. And me to, overcome all that and still be able to say, like, yeah, I'm still Jay, you know what I'm saying? I'm still able to do A, B, and C. I got my degree. I got my LLC. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still moving how I'm supposed to move. So, yeah, definitely just, remaining, that confidence. That's my biggest thing, I love about myself.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. If you could go back in time and talk to like your younger self, what would you tell yourself?
Uh, I would say remain true to yourself. Like don't try to be like anybody else. Oftentimes growing up I would catch myself trying to fit in or something when that's not, what I'm saying, that's not the way to go. And obviously we young so we don't understand that, but I would definitely tell my younger self like, yeah, man, just keep being you, man. Can't nobody do anything you do the way you can. And that's to anybody out there. Can't nobody do you better than you do you. Can't nobody do what you do.
Right.
So yeah, man, just what I'm saying, just continuing to be me and understand what I want to do and what I want to get out of life and what I want to give and things like that. Just so I could, remain steadfast. There's a couple times where I kind of came off the track, but I'm back now, so we're not gonna dwell on it, but for sure.
Okay. How do you balance like your like just work life and like your regular life?
Man, so it's funny because it's kind of two different phases. Um, I would say probably like 3 months ago, I was at Finish Line. I had a job at Finish Line. Well, I would say like 5 months ago. When I was still in school. I had
Yeah.
I was working at Finish Line. I had school and I was making music. So that's not it was no balance. I was just whatever I was doing. That's what I was doing. However, though, the thing about that is understanding how to find that balance and knowing what works for you, what you should do for certain days, kind of getting a routine. And that's the biggest thing, getting a routine, understanding, wake up at 6:30, what I'm saying, get ready for the day. Next thing
Right.
you know what I'm saying, it sets you up for the rest of your day. You meditate, you know what I'm saying, you wake up, you pray, meditate, all that stuff, what I'm saying, get your mind right so that when things come towards you, you know what I'm saying, you'll be able to handle it. also planning things out, you know, the night before. Like tomorrow morning, I'm waking up at 6:30. What am I gonna do? You know, that's what entrepreneurship is figuring it out, and you figuring out on the go. So, you know what I'm saying, while you working towards, you know what I'm saying, your goal and your bigger things, you got to make sure the small things, you know what I'm saying, is you know what I'm saying, in order. So I would say that's how I keep that balance, you know what I'm saying, maintaining the small things to get to the bigger things.
Okay. What makes you what motivates you?
Uh, you said motivate me to what?
What motivates you and inspire you?
For one, I'm driven heavily off competition. And I know people say, you know, a lot of people get into the, oh, it's me versus me. And I agree with that. Like, I do think it's me
Right.
against me. However, though, you know, I also want to feel like I'm the best at whatever I do. You know what I'm saying? Anything that I'm doing, I want to feel like the best. And the only like the best is to, you know what I'm saying, work hard at what you're doing. So that's one, you know, motivating factor. Like coming from the city and seeing what I've seen and understanding that, you know, I could have not been a rapper. I could have not, you know, made it to be this age. All that type of stuff motivates me as well, because somebody else that's 5 years old right now could understand that, you know, 5 years from now, you know what I'm saying, they look at JJ and understand that, you know what I'm saying, like, I could do this. I don't have to sell drugs. I don't have to, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
trap, whatever people doing.
True.
And lastly, man, just understanding, like, you know, it's a legacy that I want to leave behind. That's my biggest motivation. Understanding, you know, when I have kids or whatever, what, you know, what am I going to leave for them? Of course, it's, you know, it's going to be dad. You know, dad was around, but I also want to lead a business, you know, that generational wealth, and, you know what I'm saying, I'll set them up for a generation. So those are my biggest three motivators right there.
Okay. Okay. How big is like your immediate circle?
Man, my media circle's super small right now. Like what Drake say, my circle got so small that it's a period. I probably got, like, honestly, off the top of my head, I could probably name you three friends I have right now that's outside of blood related family. Um,
Right.
and, you know, even with those three friends, you know, one of them work as a photographer. One of them helped me write songs. Another one of them is like the guy that, you know, when I need to dump the photos off the memory card, he's there for me,
Okay.
whatever. You know, and these have been my friends since I was 12, you know what I'm saying, 13 years old. Like, I've known them,
Okay.
you know, a lot of my life. I'm not big on new friends. I'm not saying I'm opposed to them, but I try to keep the circle small because, you know, it's a bigger slice of the pie for all of us, you know, so yeah, you know, and like I said, one day, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure I have a full team of people, but that circle gonna, you know, remain as tight as possible, for sure.
Right.
For sure.
Okay. What was the first job you ever had?
First job I ever had, I worked as a sanitation engineer, aka a janitor, at a church. And I was 16, so I legally, oh, I think I was 15 at the time. I legally couldn't get paid, you know, through, you know, taxes. So I got paid under the, you know, under the table. You know what I'm saying? And I had programs that I was in, but yeah, I was a janitor for a church, and I would never do that job again. Nothing against janitors. Actually, I respect you more for being a janitor.
Right.
I know, me personally, I can't do it. That's not my thing.
Okay. What do you look for in your future?
Uh, for one, honestly, I look forward to a life of luxuries. I know that sounds super monetary and superficial, but honestly though, I kind of want to just, you know, feel it. You know, just kind of know that my hard work is paying off in that way. I want to know that, you know, I'm leaving an impact as well. You know, when people see
Right.
me 11, they, you know, they know the songs, they know, you know what I'm saying, they come to the shows. I want to see that I'm actually impacting the people, and the younger people, man, when they come to me, man, they look at me and they so, you know, intellectually curious. They want to know, you know, how could I learn more? You know what I'm saying? Like, how could I be a part of this community? What could I do? Things like that, man. I definitely want to leave a legacy for the younger people. This is like my main reason why I'm doing a lot, because this is our future. This is going to be our future presidents, doctors, rappers, you know what I'm saying, people that's going to take care of us. So, you know, if we treat them well and do what we supposed to do, you know, right now, by the time they my age, the world going to be in a way better place. But, you know,
True.
Godspeed. We're going to take it day by day.
Okay. Okay. What's your biggest fear in life?
You know, it's crazy. I would say, you know, just to answer the question, I would say my biggest fear is failing, but failing is not a bad thing all the time. Sometimes you got to take an L. You know what I'm saying? Because what's the L? What's the letter after L? M. You know what I'm saying? Like, you learn, then you make your, you know what I'm saying, you make your money, you make your whatever after that. So, you know what I'm saying? But when I say failing, I would say probably failing myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
No,
see what you're saying.
I got all these goals for myself. I got all these aspirations and, you know, pinnacles. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, by the
Right.
time that I'm sorry, I did lose my train of thought reading that comment, but you know what I'm saying? I definitely can you repeat the question one more time? My bad.
Oh, that's okay. I just said, what's like your
Uh,
biggest fear in life? That's all.
yeah, when I say failing myself, knowing that I have such high expectations for myself and for my business and for my life. And anything short of, you know, what I expect out of myself is failing to me. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have nothing to do with money or anything. It's like I said, you know, the type of life that I want to live. So, yeah, that's probably my biggest fear, not living that.
Okay. How do you want to be remembered?
Man, uh, I want that mural on the south side of Chicago that
Okay.
never gets
Yeah.
touched. Cause they know, like, yeah, that's Jay. If you touch that, man, we gonna have some problems. But yeah, I want people to remember me for my music. Like, I want my music to speak for me. I want, you know,
Right.
that and my marketing, like I said, my business. I just want that to be my legacy, and my kids be able to look back. And of course, I'm gonna invest in things as, you know, money come in or whatever. But until then, man, you know, like I said, I want 11, whether it has money or don't have money, to be that legacy. To know, like, yeah, he had the shirts, he had the songs, he had the style. You know what I'm saying? He had the movement. He was on fire. Like, you know, I want people to remember that for me. You know, it's some people that probably don't have successful music careers. They didn't go platinum. They don't make millions off of it. But when you
Right.
listen to music, you still feel every word that they say. You still understand, and, you know, they still just as powerful as they was when they were in their prime or when they was, you know, just trying to make it. So I want that to speak for me before I even open my mouth. People already know my legacy and what I stood for and stand for, type thing.
Okay. Okay. What's one thing you would never change about yourself?
Uh, One thing I would never change about myself would probably be where I come from. Because if I didn't come from all of this, I probably wouldn't be who I am right now, honestly. So, like I said,
Okay.
not only outside of Chicago, but, you know, the single parent household, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know, going to college, you know, all the things, private school, you know, I would never, never want to change that about myself. Like, honestly, I would want my kids to grow the same way. You know what I'm saying? My mom did a hell of a job, you
Mhm.
know, when her, you know, she was by herself for the longest, but she still made sure something happened, and that's where that hustle come from, you know, in me. So yeah, definitely though. I wouldn't change, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, everything that made me what I am today, I wouldn't change none of that.
Okay. Okay. What's the meaning of life for you?
The meaning of life is when you can actually sit down, look back, and see that you've done something that was deeper than giving something to you. You get what I mean? So like I said, you know, if I could, you know, if I looked at all your podcasts, every time you posted, commented, like every time, you know what I'm saying, and that made you feel good, you know what I'm saying? But that could be like, I want to get that out. Like, I want to know that, you know, my contributions to somebody else was able to make them feel better, to do better, to look, you know, different outlook. Um,
Right.
that's what life is about. It's not about what you know, necessarily, you know, left behind, you know, and you can have a museum with all your, you know, full of yourself and all that stuff, but it doesn't
Right.
think if you don't have nobody to share with, if you don't have that impact that, oh, I remember that poster, you know what I'm saying? He gave me one of the posters. I was at that concert. I was here. I was there. So, you know what I'm saying? That's like my biggest, I think that's what life means. You know, when you actually have something to give back to people that it's not necessarily tangible, but they can always look back and think about you. Like, yeah, I remember when Jay did that. I remember when, you know, Reese did this for me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Who has been the most important person in your life?
Most important person in my life definitely has been my mom. Because it's so many ups and downs that came with it. Obviously, you know, we hear it all the time. But you know, ultimately, you know, despite however she may feel about you know, the decisions I make or the things I do or whatever, you know, I always try to make sure that I'm representing her in some way, in a good way. I don't ever want her to feel as if, you know, I kind of got off my rocker and stopped, you know, doing,
Right.
kind of got off our road. But and like I said, you know, sometimes I may make a decision that she don't like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, this is my life, but I do want her to understand that, you know, I never put myself or her in a situation where it's like, yeah, you know, you just kind of, you know what I'm saying, you done lost it, you know, we done lost you. So it's like, but she is definitely the most important person. Everything, a lot of stuff that I do is for, you know, one day being a repayment for her. Like, yeah, I'll be able
Right.
to, you know, whatever you need, you know, whether you ask for it or not, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Really, my whole family, but obviously, you know, my mom,
Right.
but my whole family is important to me. I want to be able to do that for all of them. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they need,
Right.
but or not, I definitely want to do that for sure.
Okay. Okay. What's the common thing that people get confused about with your profession?
Like I was talking about earlier, you know, when I say I want to be a rapper, you know, a lot of people get that, you know, I'm just, you know, saying a bunch of words that rhymes on a crazy beat, and everybody,
Right.
oh, you know what I'm saying? He just like everybody else. You know, like I said, I actually got a real message to spread. You know what I'm saying? Like I really talk
Yeah.
about. I've been around a lot of, you know, community things, so you know, that's this real life. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about. That's one thing, at least with rapping and entrepreneurship. And I think, you know, it's still a lot of people that has never done it or own anything won't understand like the grind and the work and the process that it takes to do it. Yeah, music is one part of it, but branding yourself and actually having,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, that's a whole different, you know, experience, you know, logos and going outside doing the groundwork on top of social media. Like, you know, you still got to have that face-to-face interaction. So I would say when people think, you know, when I say I'm an entrepreneur, they think, you know, oh, well, he's a social media dude, whatever. Like, no, I try to do it old school. Like, I try to be in people's faces, giving out, I think I got cards, you know, giving out cards and stuff like that to people so that, you know what I'm saying, they somehow remember me. You know, that's, but yeah, you know, I would say most people think that, you know, it's just the TV thing. You know, I'm sitting, you know, behind the TV on the phone all day, DMing people all day, and, you know, just rapping whenever, you know, whatever. So, but no, it's actually a strategic process behind everything I'm doing. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. What's the big influence of your life?
Let me see. Biggest influence. Nah. I don't know. It's been a lot of moments in my life where I felt, you know, I had like a lot of low moments and things, and I like
Right.
to I like to use a lot of things, a lot of, you know, negative things as fuel. You know what I'm saying? Something, just because something bad happened doesn't mean that this got to be the, you know, the end all. And like I said, you know,
Right.
after L is M's. You know what I'm saying? You know, after you learn your lesson, you got to keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Like in my song, you know, I say I had to take a couple of L's, appreciate the wins. So yeah, man, like, you know, just understanding, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a process. Life itself is a process, and you just gotta, you know, live through it. You know, we have growing pains. We, you know, we go through whatever we go through, but, you know, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could overcome it. And seeing other people, you know, like the Jay-Z's and, you know, J. Cole's having their own
Right.
unique story, and, you know, two very different people. One of them, you know, was involved in the streets. One of them wasn't, but they still was able to do the same thing, and they still was able to have huge impacts on generations of people based off their story and what they had to tell. So, you know, just knowing that you're not alone in whatever situation you're going through, and that you could overcome literally any situation that you come through, as long as you just, you know,
Right.
want to get over it and work out of it, and don't let it to get you down. Don't allow it to get you down. Excuse me.
Right. Okay. What's your favorite stories from your childhood?
One of my favorite stories from my childhood. I don't think I have any favorite stories from my childhood. I'll be honest. Let me see. Childhood. Okay, I'll give you a couple. One thing that I would say, kind of, I don't talk about it a lot, but one thing I think about often, I fell in love, you know, recently in my life with like the process, like the working out part, the part that they don't show, the hard work part, practice, that part.
Right.
So I remember I used to play baseball when I was younger, and when I was like 8, everybody else was a little bit older than me. So I used to, you know, kind of I would get discouraged easily because, you know, this is my first time playing a sport or whatever. But I had an aunt who was a you know, a coach and an educator, so she knew how to work with kids. She could get through the kids. She had a special way of doing it. And I remember one day, you know, I was pitching and I had like 2 good games, but after that, it was just like everything was terrible. And so she kind of,
Right.
you know, coaches when we practice, you know, they would tell me things, but they wasn't as, you know, detailed as I probably would like for them to be. And sometimes, you know, when you working on a specific task, you need special attention. And my
Right.
had special attention for me. Like, she was able to literally, like, we in her house literally practicing, you know what I'm saying, grips of the ball, like how to grip the ball, and when we throw it, you know what I'm saying, you gotta make sure you do this, you know, she really broke it down for me. And literally, you know, this is a little league, you know, team. So yeah, I pitched, but I also batted. But she gave
Right.
me the confidence to feel like literally whether if I had a bat in my hand or if I was pitching to somebody that, I could do it. You know what I'm saying? Just as long as you work, continue to do that and focus. And that's one of my favorite stories because to this day, like I didn't know I could write a song until I actually sat down, focused, and did it, and etc. So, she kind of laid that part of that foundation in my life of, you know what I'm saying? Hey, no matter what, you did it before without working this hard. When you work hard, you going way better. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely had a couple good games after that, but I didn't stick with the baseball thing. But that's probably my favorite story, though.
Okay. Okay, what's something that your younger self wish they would have known before you entered in your what you doing now?
That perception is not reality. Like I said earlier, I would oftentimes get caught into trying to fit in with people and stuff, and
Right.
these people would literally come from the same environment I've come from. But when you look at us now, like I said, and that's not bragging or that's not me, saying they below me or anything, but this, the decisions that they made and the decisions I made were two completely different, I'm saying,
Right.
routes.
Yeah.
And, when I was younger, I just thought, they knew everything. They was cool. They had freedom. They could do whatever. And, my mom, my mom wasn't even super strict, but when I'm young, she's so strict. She don't let me do whatever,
Right.
that type of stuff. So I wish that I just knew, like, just because they portray it that way don't mean that it's real. And yeah, that would have really had my mindset different with a lot of stuff. I really, really understood that, like, as long as I kept continue to focus on me instead of trying to be like somebody else, I probably would have been, a lot of situations or things probably would have been different. But I don't regret it. I don't have any regrets. So, I'm happy that I learned it when I did. But yeah, if I learned that at a younger age, it would have been way more dangerous. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Right. Okay. Okay. If you were sitting next to like somebody that's like an executive and like what you doing, what would you tell? What would you ask them?
One thing that I've noticed, I work at internships with like industry, like music industry people, and one
Right.
thing I noticed, I would love to just really just ask them questions about the industry. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I show him everything that I'm doing. Like, hey, how could I make this better? What should I do with this? Bouncing ideas. I do take pride in, having my own company and it's pride in ownership. So I definitely want to take that as far as I can as an independent artist. And if a music executive, is sitting next to me and, he's willing to, answer any questions I have, I definitely, hey man, this is what I'm doing right now. How could I make this better? What could I do with that?
Yeah.
Probably the most important thing in any entrepreneurial, that you do. So, building that connection and having that connection strong so that 3 years from now, I could still go back to that same A&R and ask them some more questions and, things like that. Yeah, just essentially I guess building a connection and just getting him to understand like I'm serious about this. This is something that I could actually do. This is something that you could get behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's like my whole mindset right now.
Right. Okay. Do you have like somebody like a mentor or anything?
For sure. I actually I'm gonna definitely need this video back because I gotta shout him out personally. Shout out to my boy Ad Two. That is he became my mentor around this time last year.
Right.
And Ad Two the MC, literally a lot of people probably, a lot of people know him, but a lot of people of my age or whatever probably don't know him. I would suggest y'all definitely tap in to Add to ADD-2. He not only is he great lyrically, but he's a great mentor, a great role model. Also from the south side of Chicago. There was a lot of people comment, Chance the Rapper, all these people like real life people, and he, you know, it's not even about, that for him. It's about the impact that he's leaving back. You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
had a lot of mentors. We all, a lot of us, met through the studio Haven that's on the south side of Chicago in the Bronzeville area. And he mentors all of us and gives us opportunities and pushes us to be better. Literally, since I started working with Two, my music has, went from here to like a here, and all my business moves and things like that have been, I've been getting a lot of opportunities and situations that I've been, where I'm in rooms with people that's, you know, big in the industry right now. You get what I'm saying? Like he done,
Right.
he
Yes,
beat
I am.
all that. So it's like, yeah, he definitely Add to, man. Definitely gotta give him all the love, man. He definitely is definitely responsible for a lot of inspiration from my music and my business moves, and also a great marketing partner. A lot of the marketing stuff I've been doing, I go to him and you kind of talk about it, but we both graduated with the same major, which was, marketing. And he's great.
Okay.
Tell you, man, I can talk about Ad all day, so I'm going, what I'm saying, I'm kind of chill, but Ad 2 definitely, man. Shout out to Ad 2. Shout out to Haven, man, for sure.
Okay. Okay, where can the listeners find you on social media?
All right, so my Instagram, which is my main source, that's probably the easiest way to get in contact with me. That is J, the letter J, dot, like a period, LENZ underscore. I'm gonna say it one more time. That's J dot LENZ underscore. That's Jalen's on Instagram. And then Twitter, JROC98 underscore. Um, and yeah, man. And my link tree is in those bios. So if y'all want to listen to some music, man, I'm telling you, I got some fire music, man. It's nothing like y'all never seen. And on my Instagram, my link tree is on that Instagram bio, and so is on my Twitter bio. Also on my Instagram, I have all my freestyles. I drop a freestyle every month. I got a freestyle coming soon this month, so make sure y'all stay tuned in for that. But yeah, check out my freestyles and live performance and stuff like that, man, on my Instagram. Definitely tune in for sure.
Okay. Mm,
And actually, while we waiting, I want to give a shout out to my boy Reese for actually having me, man. It's like my first interview. This dope. I was excited. I was thinking about it all day since I woke up. So, yeah, man, I appreciate you for having me, man. Thank you. Give your flowers while you feel me, right?
yeah.
I appreciate you, man, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's all I got.
Yeah, like I said though, man, I appreciate it, man. Hopefully, we could definitely do this again.
Yeah.
That's basically it, man. So, yeah, you be safe, man. I'm out of here. Like I said, follow my IG, man. Hit them links in the bio. Definitely look at them freestyles. Freestyle coming soon. Takeover coming soon. 2 1s, man. We out for sure.
All right.